Hi everyone, it's Thursday just like that. I thought I'd come on and give you a little surprise. I hope you're all doing well and I hope you've all had a good week. It just seems like 2 seconds ago it was Monday and now it's Thursday. Yeah, that's how it goes, it just goes so quickly. I hope you're all doing well. I really just wanted to come on very quickly and talk about Dr. Watson. Dr. Watson wants to talk about mental health again, as if she's an expert on mental health, which I'm not, and I'm not a psychologist, but only because I've been there and I often still go there. I think a lot of the time that when we're not doing so well mentally, we tend to, I know what I do when I'm not feeling, when I'm feeling pretty low, is I beat myself up about it. I am the, sorry, my lips are quite dry. I would say that I'm probably the queen of self-flagellation, and possibly there's a lot of you out there that are the same as me, that if you're not having a good day mentally, you tend to self-flagellate and you think, this is not how I should be feeling, and it's not. You're not helping yourself by doing that. I was quite low yesterday. I was quite low, and yesterday was Wednesday. Yesterday was Wednesday, and Tuesday night I was. But the thing with me, and you could be forgiven for thinking that I possibly do have bipolar, which I don't, because I don't get extreme highs or extreme lows. I just get days where I am as low as you can go, and I can never really pinpoint what it is that's done it. There is one situation that I could say that possibly I could say, that could be the reason for it. But a lot of the time I can't, and I really do tend to self-flagellate and say, this is not acceptable, you shouldn't be feeling like this. And I think when these emotions arise, that it's much the same as when your body is in pain. Your body is basically telling you that it's trying to draw your attention to it, and there's something in your body that needs fixing. So I would say similarly, and I know it's similar, I can't say it, you know where I'm going. If these emotions are arising, there's a deep thing in you, a deep cause, and I think I mentioned this on the day where I made a video on the beach, and I was saying about, you need to follow the thread. And you need to follow the thread, and you need to find out what the deep root cause of these intrusive thoughts are. I would also say that the worst thing that you can do is stuff them down, and I'm going to read this one poem which is about stuffing them down, because you can't stuff them down, you can't run away, you just can't. You just can't. These emotions are showing up for a reason. As I keep saying, I'm not a psychologist, I'm not, a psychiatrist, but I do, when I first started writing poetry, obviously, the madness of Corona was all mental health based. I don't write about mental health so much now. I just write basically what pops into my head at any given time, and it can be, some days like nothing comes, and I find that, I've been through all this before, which, now I'm thinking, I was out doing my grocery shopping earlier, and I did, and now it's gone. I can't remember what it was. If I go grocery shopping, I take a wee trolley. I don't take a handbag. But if I go out with a handbag, I have a pen and paper, and then I note the spark, and then hopefully when I come home I can build on that. But now I'm completely lost. Where was I? You can't run away. You can't keep running away from these emotions. I used to be a person that I would never cry. I would never cry because I thought that crying was a sign of weakness, and it's not. It's not. Yeah. Vulnerability, it's not. Nothing. We are who we are, and we're human, and sometimes we can only take so much. Existential circumstances build up and build up and build up, and then the dam bursts. And if you don't take a broom and sweep the rooms of your mind on a regular basis, it all builds up, and then boom, boom. I cry all the time now. I cry all the time, on a regular basis, I hate it. It's so painful, man. It's so painful. Oh, because as I say, when I cry, but it's got to be done. It's got to be done. There's no point in running, hiding, stuffing the feelings down, anything like that. There's just no point. And I think also, I know it's easier said. I'm sitting here talking like I'm the expert, and I'm not. But I'm here to try and give you a bit of my perspective on it, and there will be some of you that resonate, and there will be some of you that just think I'm talking nonsense. And maybe you've not experienced anything to do with mental health, and if you haven't, you're very lucky. You're very, very lucky. I'll tell you something else, and I'll tell you something else. If you're an innocent bystander and perhaps you have never suffered from anything to do with mental health, the worst thing that you can say to anybody, if they're not on a good one, is, oh, you don't look very happy today. What's wrong? Don't do it. Unless you're genuinely interested and you've got like a good couple of hours to listen without judgment to what they've got to say. Never say that to anybody. Don't. I get that one person in particular, and it's like, Yeah. Don't. I know a lot of the time. I know how I look when I walk out the door here. I know that, That's, if I was walking out the door, like, laughing and giggling and smiling, I think I was on something, A lot of it is a protection mechanism, A lot of it's a protection mechanism, But I don't, I'm not going to walk out here. I mean, who walks down the street with a big cheesy grin on their face anyway, if they're on their own? You think they were like being, taking drugs. Away with another Scottish expression, away with the goalies. You would, Don't say that to people if they're not. Just ask, you're better just to ask. First and foremost, are you okay? And if they say, no, I'm not really okay, and they want to tell you, they will tell you, but don't try and force it out them either. Just hold a space and listen. And don't pass comment. Don't pass comment. You know what I mean? 12 minutes. I have had, so this week, what happened this week, so you remember that last week, I said that I'd bought all my digital images, right? So when I paid for them, the girl said, what's your email address? And I told her, and I waited, and I waited, and I waited, and I waited. And I'm a very patient person. I think that's one of my best qualities, that I do have the patience of a saint. Nothing. And then I looked at the price list that they gave me after I'd had the photo shoot done, and it said that you get the images on a USB stick. So I thought, right, it must be coming in the post. So I'm walking round here for the last week spitting feathers. I was spitting feathers, and I sent them an email yesterday because I thought, if I phone them, I'm going to lose the place, and that's something I don't. But when I do it in style. So I thought I'll send them an email. So I got an email this morning saying, so sorry, because I thought, because of the number of images, there's 55. You can't get that many on an email, so they can't be sending them in an email. Anyway, long story short, what they do is they did that when I was in Paris. They give you a link, you click the link, and then your photos are there, and then you download them. So I've got 55. Yeah. But, it was good. It was, and I look pretty hot if I don't say so myself. But there'll be nobody getting to see those photographs. I mean, I could put them on here, and I could do like a slideshow, and then I would gain subscribers. It's not the kind of attention that I want. I want to be known for my words and my heart and my mind and my soul. These things are 10 a penny on the web, which they are. Very quickly going to run down this poem, and I don't know when I wrote this poem. It might have been last month. It wasn't this month. It might have been last month. It probably was. And it's called Restless. And it's basically about when during the night sometimes, I mean, I sleep like a baby. I take no rocking. But a lot of people are prone to, if they're prone to anxiety or stuff like that, then the midnight hours are the worst, because the head starts going It's during the day for me that my head does somersaults. But I wrote this poem called Restless, which is basically about stuffing the emotions down and having an overthinking mind, which I have to, and I'll hold my hand up. I have a very overthinking, and it's not good, because you create scenarios that are not even there, and it's like what's that, self-fulfilling prophecy. You're already saying that it's happened, and half the stuff that you worry about doesn't even happen. Within the still of the night we reflect in the hush of silence. The mind collects unhealed emotions to resurrect. As our inner demons raise their heads, thoughts folded neatly to forget slither underneath the sheets of our rational mind. We pull our comfort blankets tight to protect as we toss then turn to deflect this assault. The light of dawn brings relief as the rest of the world begins to stir, while we rise with our heads in a blur, but not before we stuff those emotions away again inside a pillowcase to ignore, and then we wonder why we sleep on a bed of nails at night. And it's true, you've got to attend to these things. And well, Dr. Watson can talk a good talk, but sometimes she is not, Sometimes with me it's just because my writing takes up a lot of my time. WordPress is the biggest drain on my time, but it's where all my friends are. It's where all my soul tribe are, and I don't mind spending time on WordPress because all the people on there are so lovely, and loving and kind and supportive. But to knuckle down and do as I say, I'm not an expert. I'm just a girl that's trying her best, but hopefully I'll give you some of my knowledge and the wisdom that I've gained over my 57 years on the planet, and I have ran on again. Have a good rest of the week, guys. I might pop on with a short at the weekend. I hope you're all well, and I hope you're keeping relatively, you just got to ride the waves. That's all you can do. Until next time, as always, take good care. Thanks for being here. Thanks for your wonderful support. I know I made a boo-boo there, I said wonderful. Your wonderful support, your comments, your likes, your views. It means a great deal. Bye for now.